Hi, I'm Silke. Welcome to my video about how to stop constant interruptions during lessons. Dealing with noise in the classroom can be a real challenge, right? I think you'd all agree. It's more than just a distraction. It can seriously mess up the learning process. Imagine trying to teach how to solve a tricky math problem while your students are chatting away. It is frustrating, isn't it? This kind of chaos can make the classroom feel like a battleground, affecting everyone's ability to focus and learn effectively. Now, as a teacher, spotting where all this noise comes from is key. It could be anything from loud hallways and playgrounds to students talking, students moving around, or the constant ping of electronic devices. Each source of noise adds to an environment that's far from ideal for learning. Now, take a moment to consider each potential noise source and how it contributes to the overall disruption. For instance, hallway noise might be particularly problematic during class transitions, while electronic devices could be a constant distraction throughout the day. But first things first, identify these noise sources. If hallway noise is a big issue in your school, maybe coordinate quiet times with other teachers or use soundproofing materials if you have these possibilities, like door sweeps or heavy curtains or acoustic panels. These materials can significantly reduce the amount of noise that filters into the classroom, if you have these possibilities, of course. For internal classroom noise, setting clear behavior expectations can make a big difference. Let students know when it's okay to talk and when it's time to be quiet. And very importantly, stick to these rules. This clear delineation helps students understand the boundaries you're setting and understand the importance of maintaining a quiet learning environment. Creating a set of consistent classroom rules and routines is super practical and also beneficial for maintaining order and promoting a conducive learning environment. For example, you can establish set times for group discussions where students can collaborate and share their ideas. And you could also set individual work periods during which students focus quietly on their tasks. By having these designated times, students will understand over time when it is appropriate to talk and when they should be silent, aiding in the overall management of classroom noise. Additionally, using quiet signals such as a hand raise or a specific sound can effectively get students' attention without the need to raise your voice. These nonverbal cues are excellent tools for creating a predictable environment where students are aware of what is expected of them all the time. When students see a raised hand or hear a particular sound, they know it is time to stop talking and it's time to listen now, which helps to maintain a calm and orderly classroom atmosphere overall. Moreover, incorporating visual aids such as posters or charts that clearly outline the classroom rules can serve as constant reminders for students. These visual aids reinforce the expectations set forth by the teacher, by you, without the need for verbal repetition. For instance, a poster that lists rules like raise your hand to speak or keep your workspace tidy can be placed in a prominent location in the classroom so that everyone can see them. Charts that depict daily routines or schedules can also be displayed to remind students of the structure of their day. By having these visual aids in place, students are continuously reminded of the classroom rules and routines, and that helps to instill these behaviors as habits. And this is the goal, right? This approach not only reinforces the expectations, but also reduces the need for the teacher to repeatedly remind students verbally, thereby saving time and reducing potential frustration. Sounds great, right? Another effective strategy is to create a seating arrangement that minimizes distractions and supports a quieter classroom environment. Placing more easily distracted students closer to you, closer to your desk and away from windows or doors, can help reduce the temptation to engage in off-task behavior. This strategic seating can also facilitate better teacher supervision and quicker intervention if a student becomes distracted. Furthermore, incorporating soft furnishings, if you have these possibilities, of course, and carpets can absorb sound and significantly reduce the overall noise in the classroom. For instance, adding rugs or curtains and cushioned chairs can not only make the classroom more comfortable, but also serves as sound dampeners that contribute to a quieter learning space. Despite your best efforts, interruptions will happen, of course. When they do, it's important to address them calmly and respectfully. For instance, you might say, "I appreciate your enthusiasm, but please wait your turn to speak." This approach reinforces expectations without making the student feel bad at all. Also, consider creating a parking lot, a spot or on the whiteboard, for example, where students can jot down ideas or questions that don't fit into the immediate discussion. This way, they feel heard without causing interruptions. And this parking lot can be reviewed at the end of the lesson, ensuring that all student contributions are acknowledged and addressed. Well, teaching students about the impact of noise on their learning can also help. Have a discussion on how noise affects their concentration during lessons. Involving them in creating a quieter classroom fosters a sense of responsibility and community. For example, you could let them brainstorm and agree on noise reduction strategies or classroom rules. This gives them ownership over the classroom environment. You could even turn this into a class project where students research different noise reduction techniques and present their findings to the class, encouraging them to take an active role in improving their learning space. Involving students in maintaining classroom order can be a surprisingly effective strategy. It's not just about keeping the noise down. It's about creating a sense of ownership and responsibility among the students. One practical way to do this is by appointing classroom monitors. These are students who take on the role of ensuring their classmates are not talking out of turn or causing any disruptions. Think of it like giving them a mini leadership role. By rotating these roles weekly, everyone in the class gets a chance to step up and experience what it's really like to be responsible for maintaining a peaceful classroom environment. It's a win-win situation. Noise is managed more effectively, and students develop valuable leadership skills and a sense of responsibility and accountability. Let's consider how this might work in practice. Imagine a classroom where every week a new student is chosen as the classroom monitor. This student might gently remind their peers to lower their voices or use a special signal to indicate when the noise level is getting too high. They learn to communicate assertively and manage their peers respectfully. Over time, students start to understand the importance of following rules and how their behavior impacts the group. They also get to see the challenges of leadership firsthand, which can be a real eye-opener and an invaluable learning experience for them. Now, let's take this a step further and turn noise management into a learning opportunity. This can be particularly engaging during a science lesson, for example, about sound. You could start by discussing how different noise levels can affect concentration and learning. Then, take it up a notch by letting students measure decibel levels in various parts of the classroom. Maybe they use a simple app on a tablet or smartphone to do this. As they move around in the classroom, they can see how noise levels fluctuate and discuss how this might impact their ability to focus or retain information. This hands-on activity does more than just teach students about sound. It makes them more aware of their environment and how it influences their learning. They become more mindful of how their own actions contribute to the overall classroom atmosphere. Plus, it's a fun and interactive way to reinforce the science lesson. Students are likely to remember the experience and the lessons learned along after the class is over. In the end, involving students in maintaining classroom order and integrating it into the curriculum not only enhances their educational experience, but it also builds a stronger, more cohesive classroom community. It empowers students to take charge of their learning environment, making them more engaged and invested in their education. Giving students tools to manage their own noise levels can be helpful too. Teach them mindfulness and deep breathing exercises to calm themselves when they feel disruptive. Providing noise-canceling headphones, for example, for those sensitive to noise, can also help them concentrate better. Additionally, setting up a quiet corner in the classroom where students can go to regroup and refocus can be a valuable resource for those who need a break from the noise. Parents play a crucial role too. Regularly communicate with them about the importance of a quiet learning environment. Encourage them to establish quiet study times at home to reinforce focused and quiet work habits. Providing parents with tips and resources on creating a conducive study environment can extend the benefits of noise management beyond the classroom. Technology can be both a source of noise and also a tool for managing it. While electronic devices can be distracting, of course, educational apps, on the other hand, can promote quiet and focused work, and that can be beneficial. Apps that provide white noise or calming background sounds can help mask external noise and create a serene learning environment. Additionally, using classroom management software that signals transitions and reminders can help keep students on track without adding to the noise. Incorporating breaks into the daily schedule can also help. Short periods for talking and moving around can reduce the urge to be disruptive during the lessons. These breaks can include activities like, for example, short exercises or stretching or group discussions on relevant topics. Planned breaks can help students release excess energy and return to their tasks with better focus. It is essential to continuously evaluate and adjust noise management strategies. What works for one class might not work for another, and strategies might need tweaking as the year progresses. Regularly ask students for feedback on what noise management strategies they find it's possible to learn most effectively. This ongoing dialogue not only helps you refine your approach, but also makes students feel valued and heard. So, in conclusion, classroom noise is more than just a distraction. It can seriously hinder learning. By identifying and addressing noise sources, by setting clear rules and routines, and by involving students and parents, teachers can create a more conducive learning environment for their students. Teaching students about the impact of noise and being a role model for managing it are also crucial. With these strategies, you can help ensure that all of your students have the best possible chance to succeed in a quiet and focused learning environment. Remember, creating a calm and productive classroom is an ongoing process that requires patience, that requires consistency, and a willingness to adapt and try new approaches. All right, I hope you found this video helpful. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for me so that you won't miss any of my future new videos. Also, if you subscribe, it really helps my channel grow and it helps me make more helpful and useful content for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you all in my next video.